getting paid so much money and they never do anything. They never do their job. Not when they should. The Albanese government have announced new minimum age limit of 16 for social media platforms. Now, they're going to limit kids, but we have radio hosts that just say the most vile things when kids are up, like it's between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. or something, and they say the most vile things. So let's just have a look at Sarah Hanson-Young is challenging the head of the ACMA. So these are the people that regulate media. They regulate the television and the radio. When there's a complaint, they're sort of the rule keepers. Now, Kyle and Jackie O have been running rampant on radio for way too many years now. Are they funny? No, they're not fucking funny. I don't know why they've been treated like media darlings. Like Albo went to Kyle's wedding. Why? The man is scum. He really is. And they talk about the type of scum they are on their show every single day, and it's absolutely vile. Anyway, the ACMA doesn't seem to regulate them. They just get away with it.
Ms. O'Loughlin, I want you to just have a look at this and then tell me whether you think you would be able to read this out to us.
I can only say that we are aware of some of these. I'm not quite sure if we're aware of all of these, but I will hand it over to my colleagues.
So they're looking at comment that Kyle and Jackie O have said on their morning radio show.
And I would prefer not to read it out.
You'd prefer not to read them out. Understandable. I don't imagine there's many children watching this Senate estimates, and I assume the audience who watches this Senate estimate session is far, far smaller than those that listen to the Kyle and Jackie O show. But I understand why you don't want to read these comments out, because they're vulgar, aren't they?
I only skimmed them, Senator, but I wouldn't think they were appropriate for parliamentary language.
Not appropriate for Parliament. You know, let's get some decorum up in here. We can't have that. But out on the airwaves for little kids to listen to in the morning? Sure. We do have some rules. It's okay. We can swear at night time when kids go to bed, you know, like there's rules. I think it's like 8:30 or something is the cut off for movies, and then you can put on the movies where people swear. We have protections in place. These people just flout it and they get away with it.
Do you think they would be appropriate for broadcast radio between the hours of 6 a.m. and 10 a.m?
Senator, I'll pass over to my colleagues. I would point out that we have received 59 complaints about the Kyle and Jackie O show between July and October. And as you know, under the co-regulatory framework, complaints need to be dealt with by the broadcaster first and come to us for investigation after that.
Again, I'm not going to do my job because they self-police. So you write to them and they go, oh, you have to contact the station first, and perhaps you can come to an agreement with the station over your complaint and they will deal with it. And the station, there's some half-hearted fucking apology, like Sky News, for example. They'll go and put their apology up at 4 minutes to 12 in the evening so that people don't see their apology for all their misinformation that they've spread.
These comments, this content, just a snapshot since September, jokes about people being gay, jokes about one of the producer's Asian housemate, jokes about dating men who are not, quote, white, jokes about the sexual and racial profiles of other journalists from other stations, divisive and violent language about women and sex.
I don't understand why that's allowed on the airwaves. There are rules about it. So you write to the radio station, they put out some half-assed apology, and nothing actually happens. At ACMA, what job do they have to do? Because they don't do anything till it needs to come to them after the radio station hasn't done something.
Vulgar detail about sex acts.
But they don't apologise. These guys never apologise. They just come up with more vulgar things and go, oh, you just don't get the joke.
Comments on air that refer to fellow hosts as being annoying bitch and hoe. Jokes about
professionals on the airways. He speaks to the host that way, to Jackie O.
Overweight women and mental health. And of course, the final point there about a competition where they got female staff to record themselves urinating, and then the boys had to figure out whose bit were contributing to that urine.
They did that on morning radio. They should have lost their job.
It's not just vulgar. It's disgusting, it's belittling of women, it's misogynistic, it's racist, it's sexist, it's off.